Commission. Meeting to order.
Karen Cahill, Method.
Take care of them. Get a motion to the meeting minutes for 1/8/26 and then as well as 2/5/26.
Motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. No one in the room for public comment, and I don't see anyone on Zoom, so we'll move on to time bond with an update with our recreational master plan. So we'll turn it over to you guys, Allie and Brian. Can you hear us?
We can. This is a new viewer. Are we in a new room?
Oh, we have the owl up so this time, which is a lot better.
Okay. I can see each one of you.
Yeah. I'm not connected to my laptop, so I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Rob. I think we met with Rob about a week ago now, just to give him an update on where we are. We've closed the survey. Allie, we closed the survey, I think, probably Wednesday or Thursday of last week. And so Allie, I think, had some time this week to maybe run some quick analysis on it to give you a kind of a quick summary of where we ended up on some things. So we'll touch base on that and kind of get the board's reaction. The other thing that we were working on is obviously talking to all the coaching groups. We still have a few outstanding outliers that we haven't been able to talk to. I don't, at some point, I think we'll probably just say we've gotten a good cross-section sample, but I think we'll make one last try. I've sent Rob an email with who we're missing, but just for summary, it's the Trinity Milton Gaelic football, Milton Youth Field Hockey, and Milton Babe Ruth baseball. If we had emails, we've reached out via email. I think someone helped me the other day get an email for field hockey, so we've just reached out to them via email.
Yeah, I sent an email, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Thank you for doing that. And we just, we've called all those folks at the numbers we have. I still think we have the wrong phone number for Trinity Milton Gaelic football for Rory. But I think that's the one we have, and we've reached out to Rory via email and via phone. So if anybody sees Rory in the community, by all means, feel free to give him my cell number or my office number.
I did. I talked to him. He's thinking about getting back to you, but he's in Ireland right now, to be honest with you, till March 10th. So I will get on him right after that. But
why don't I put something in my date in the calendar for the 12th and just give him a call, get him a day or two to get back.
He knows about it. I don't know why he hasn't.
Well, Kevin, you could be the Babe Ruth baseball guy.
That's the conversation we had. Kevin, can you answer these questions on behalf of Milton Baseball? Yeah, they're not hard. I think if you know enough about the league, probably.
Yeah. I can.
Why don't I set up a time with you for maybe later this week, and we'll just talk through it. And if you can't answer something, we'll see if we can work around it.
No, I'll be able to.
Okay. Great. Okay. So those are the three. Let's talk about survey responses next, and then I think Rob wanted to talk about schedule and trying to put together where we're headed and maybe a public meeting.
Yeah.
So, Allie, you want to start with what you've been able to uncover about the survey findings so far?
I'm going to just send the request to share my screen. I don't know who that will go to.
I think you just gotta press allow. See in the middle of the screen.
Oh, shoot, there she is. I'm looking over the other side.
There you go.
I guess while we're doing this, the one thing I don't think I've shared with the group that I did share, I believe I shared only with Rob, the things we're finding from our conversations is generally that the rec user groups are, as you would have predicted, short on field space. Almost everyone I've talked to would love an extra space to play. And when asking them on how that's affecting their groups, for everyone that I've talked through, whether it be soccer or baseball, what they're doing is they're limiting the number of practices, and they're basically only playing games. And their concern as a recreational developer is that it's limiting interest in the programs because kids aren't developing skills as fast as their peers. And so if they would love the ability to be able to practice more, but being able to practice more, the limiting factor is field space, and obviously there's a premium on games, so the games get the priority. And so maybe instead of practicing 2 times a week, they're only practicing once a week, or some leagues don't even have the ability to practice once the games start getting played, and so they're just playing games. And so that's that was kind of the most interesting piece, and seems to be the most consistent correlation between all the leagues, is that practice is being limited, and they're fearful that that's why they're losing kids as they move up through development. Any questions about that?
I think maybe that's what the younger kids, like Babe Ruth, for example, we've never practiced. Kids are too busy. They're either playing a club team, or they're playing for the high school freshman baseball.
I would agree, Kevin,
nobody practices. We haven't practiced, and maybe at the beginning of the year to get the team together, but once the season starts, practice doesn't exist. Number one, and no fields is another thing, because the high school uses them.
That's a good point. It is for the younger kids, the older kids, but I think part of that is a symptom of not having the ability to practice, right? Like, the reason you've gone to travel groups or club groups is because there was more interactive, and so those kids have found a way to, they're filling their practice somewhere else, but it's still a demand within the community. So I would agree that the majority of the folks we're talking about the younger age groups. Go ahead, Allie. Sorry for the sidetrack. I just realized I hadn't put a summary to that. Yeah.
That's okay. So for the survey, we had, I believe, about 1,300 responses. Overall, the general themes received were very positive feedback. So between the survey responses themselves to the questions we developed and just open-ended answers, there's really a big appreciation for having open spaces, the variety of field uses across the town. People feel like it's very accessible and that they can easily get to fields and parks near where they live. Big appreciation for safety and for opportunities for kids to use the park spaces and meet up with the community members. Areas for improvements that seem to come up the most are general field condition improvements and a need for drainage improvements. And I can go through, let me share my screen, each of the questions if we have the time to do so, to show you sort of what the SurveyMonkey results look like. I know we've seen this various weeks where we've presented this, but this is the final breakdown. So question 1, this is the question where we asked respondents to identify themselves. The majority were parents or guardians of youth athletes. That was 80%. And we said select all that apply. So that is why there will be overlap and the percentages probably won't make sense. 62% are residents who use parks and fields for recreation. So people that are walking their dogs, doing hikes with friends, pickleball courts, all of those different types of things. So over 1,000 parents or guardians responded here. Next highest was, again, those residents who use parks and fields for recreation. So that's generally the groups with the majority of responses here. This was the open-ended box for people who wanted to further identify themselves. Some grandparents, residents, kind of just replicating the answers previously. We have some retired folks who responded, different community members of different community groups, senior
It's
citizens,
fun.
abutters.
Good job.
Okay. Question 2, what age group do you belong to?
Good job.
This tracks with the respondents for the answers of question 1. So majority was between ages 35 to 54. Skip through that. Parents that responded on behalf of their children ranged from kids age 5 to 17. That was the oldest reported. Sorry, just 1 second. Just fixing things there on my end. Question 3, which sports organizations or teams are you affiliated with? The highest group is soccer at 57%. Baseball was second highest, and basketball pretty close to that, third highest. And again, this was a select all that apply question, so there is a lot of overlap here. The Gaelic football team, one of the lower groups of respondents.
Does the basketball result surprise the Recreation Commission that 38% of the people were playing basketball?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
That seems high to me, based on the number of basketball courts that I think I saw in the town, and maybe I need to take a better note about where they were. But that's a significant amount of people that are playing basketball.
And
Man, there is.
But
Indoors.
at least for us, it's indoors.
Okay.
yeah,
But
I think because we didn't specify that is probably something that could have happened, that people were responding for indoor court use.
I know you have the ones at Middle Guile. I'm trying
there's
to
the
think.
2 at Andrews.
Andrews.
Andrews is the only other one I can think of, though. Is there
Yeah,
any at
there
the
will
pocket
be a
parks that
new-
I forgot?
There will be a new one that's getting redone right out here by Town Hall.
Okay.
I don't know when that's slated to go, but maybe it's in this funding round.
yes.
Yes.
So, part 2 of, I believe that's question 3, my eyes are bad, is what passive uses and other activities people identified. So it was a lot of dog walking, hiking. Cunningham Park came up quite a bit as one of the favorite parks throughout the survey. Also, the accessibility to playgrounds came up quite a bit as a positive feedback point.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Rugby and swimming are in there, so definitely a variety, but a lot of walking.
Maybe Houghton's Pond. Houghton's Pond, did they include that in?
What was the question?
Did we include Houghton's Pond in the list of all the parks? Like, was that on
Yeah,
that
it
list?
was.
Yeah, so they would include swimming too, so in that.
So again, pretty big range here.
Yeah.
Seems pretty typical.
I saw skateboarding in there, which is one of the ones that usually gets put into these other categories. Is there any offering for skateboarders?
No.
I'd see disc golf as well. Do you guys have any courses?
Disc golf course.
Yeah. Wonder where that
There's
came up.
private golf.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Question 4, what recreational activities do you enjoy? Again, select all that apply. Walking trails, that tracks with what we've seen previously. Again, playgrounds has had a positive response. And just sports, those are the 3 highest. Other categories we talked about were biking, picnic areas, and community gathering spaces, which is right down the middle. There were a lot of comments in the open-ended responses that people really enjoyed group fitness classes and outdoor gathering areas. So that's one interesting response item that we got.
Can we stop there for a second, Ali? I've got a follow-up question.
Yeah.
One of the other conversations that I've had with a number of the rec director leaders is in regards to is in regards to dog walking being a problem on the fields. Obviously not the walking of the dog, but what's left behind by walking of the dogs, depending on which park they're playing at. And my question is, other than like the Blue Hills or the more passive recreation area for Houghton's Pond, is there like a dedicated space for people to walk dogs at other than the parks?
I mean, a lot of people go to Cunningham Park, like in the back of the woods, and like
Okay.
literally, that's where a lot of folks go.
I think it's whatever park is closest to where you live.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
If you're like walking distance, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kevin, have we?
Yeah.
I remember seeing them in some places. I guess I didn't take a good note if they were in all the places. Do we have like dog baggy situations at each one of the parks?
No, we do not.
Okay. Just trying to think about how we could. Obviously, you've got two different user groups there with two different ideas of what park space should be used for, and so trying to.
They had tried that years ago, remember, in Dave Perdios's years.
And they lit them on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lit the baggy stations on fire.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't plan for everything. Sorry, Allie. Keep going.
No, that's okay.
Each park had a designated area for dogs. With that,
That's the other thing I'm thinking about. Like, can you can put up all the no dog walking signs you want, but if you don't give them a place to walk, they're going to ignore it. So, like, if you gave them a dedicated space that was for them to walk the dogs, maybe you can alleviate some of that.
Maybe.
This comment came up a couple of times that people really like Andrew Park, but they have challenges with parking, which
And I'm trying to.
I know that I think I went to that park taking photos a long time ago, and that's a pretty small lot, if I'm remembering right. I don't know if people park in that residential neighborhood over there.
Yeah.
Again, similar. These are just a variety of responses.
I like to see the number, like there's bocce in there, a ton of pickleball requests.
Yeah.
There's a request for fence dog park.
Yep.
As a part of this middle of like the park around here, Ryan, they're going to be putting in a bocce court as well as that basketball court. And it's
There's a bocce court.
Yeah,
I think I remember you telling me that.
Of aging right here, so I think it's really good.
Yeah, again, I mentioned earlier that people really liked the outdoor gym groups or just outdoor gatherings related to exercise, so that came up. I highlighted this one for concerts. I'm not sure how the parks, if they are utilized for other types of outdoor gatherings, but I just highlighted that one for local music.
Can we go back up?
Yeah.
Right there, Ali. This comment from Peggy, number 36. She's asking for a track and track program for kids starting at 10. I imagine she wants that for like supplementing the track program for the high school. Does the high school ever do any programs like that, Kevin, that you're aware of, where they invite younger youth groups to the facility ahead of time?
Not that I know of, but we run a track program in the summer.
Okay. And
through
what age group is that for?
Oh,
I think 5 to 12.
5 to 12.
Awesome. And do you have like a modified and a JV track team, or is it only a varsity track team?
High school?
Oh,
They have
They have both.
Yeah.
both.
Both, yeah.
huge program.
Okay. So basically you are covering that user group at this point.
Yeah, in the high school level, yeah.
And we do have concerts here.
Yeah,
Right, this is where like the communication of what is available to me seems more the issue, because both of these things are offered, but the resident
don't know.
right.
It's not sure, right?
And that can be as simple as beefing up like the web page of all the recreational programs that are in the community, right? So like, here's who you contact for that program, or whatever. Maybe not everybody contact Kevin at once, and Kevin puts you in contact with them, but yeah, that could help alleviate some of these things where we think we're missing programs. So go
We
ahead,
do have
Holly.
a full summary booklet that is on the website, on our page.
Okay.
That lists for the entire year, all of our programs.
Yeah.
And when to look for them and where.
Someone wants us to use fields for non-town sports.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Lots of skating, bird watching, rowing.
Big buddy, gym buddies. We do gym buddies.
Had it last night.
Okay, 5. Which parks do you or your organization use most frequently? So the highest was Cunningham. Second highest, I believe, was Kelly Field. And then Andrews was third highest.
Does Cunningham being the highest surprise anyone?
No, surprise, Guile is not.
It's because I think we separated it out so much.
Got it.
I bet it would probably be the highest. if
Right.
We didn't separate and
All those together.
Right. You
Yeah,
ended
you're
up
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, Cunningham probably has the most diversity of things because it has stuff, right? It has people, that's where people walk their dogs. There's a playground, there's the community pool.
Yeah.
They have those outdoor skating in the wintertime there.
Look at your reliance on Curry College, though. I would imagine I'm sorry, not Curry College, Milton Academy.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be
That's gonna be,
basketball.
and field hockey. Because
Yeah.
field hockey only uses.
There's the guy also, can you go down to Geofield 199? Yeah, if you add those up, you're going to get up pretty high.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, here are the rest. Donovan, totally.
What are the parks that we missed out of curiosity? So it was the other category. You were headed towards it, Allie.
Oh, that was an open response box for
So I think-
folks to respond to. So here we're
After school, they're like schools.
Hutchinson Field, Point 32, which we've known about, Bike Trail, Waterfront for Rowing, Milton Cemetery, Green Space at Clapham Walnut Street. Keep scrolling down, Allie.
A lot of these you either can't do recreation or they're private.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're probably walking Milton Cemetery. That's what they're doing.
Right,
50% of people don't know that.
right.
What is Ullin?
Field,
Ullin,
Hockey
it's a
rink.
hockey rink. It's owned by
Got it.
VCR.
nothing to be down there.
Milton Wharf, Tucker Playground, Point 32 a bunch of times, Pope's Pond.
Yeah, I mean, Point 32's got to be for soccer, but they no longer use that, and that's private, and it's in Canton. That's one of the big issues.
person.
Not sure what for the indoor bike path, Glover, Foul Meadow, Pope's Pond. Okay.
That's under conservation. Just to-
Is there more, Allie? I don't know how many responses we had there. 50.
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Next, these are the beefier questions. What are the primary reasons you use the parks most often? That was linked, I believe, to the prior question. So Andrews Park, Cunningham, like Milton Academy, and Kelly had highest responses. So this is a little hard to read, but along the top are the categories people responded to. So as you could see right away, Andrews, Flatley, Mary C. That was related to leagues that are able to use those facilities, and I guess general programming. This category is proximity and convenience. So Shields and Cunningham had the highest responses there. This last category for Houghton Ponds is not applicable. So we just gave people an option to not reply if they didn't feedback. So generally it was between proximity and convenience and availability of league programming or not applicable were the three highest categories. So for all of the school fields, this again league coordination seemed to be the highest categories down the right side.
I'll have to figure out how to put that in a graphic that can help better to understand like what is the main points we want to take out of that, because obviously that's a difficult way to review that. In my opinion, that's a difficult way to review that. The things I think we're going to be able to pull, or at least I hope we're able to pull, are like what are the parks that have the best location versus the least favorable locations. I'm curious to tell about scheduling availability, which ones think that there's a hard time getting on it, and then obviously what other amenities that can be provided. But let us dig into that one a little bit more, and maybe some of these responses will help us. That we'll scroll through quickly below.
If you listed additional other parks, please describe the primary reasons you use them. So
I don't know if it's just one user, but I'm surprised to see the Milton Cemetery keep popping up.
My mom used to ride her bike there.
Yeah.
Because it was flat, there weren't cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
I mean, it's
so well.
a very pretty,
Flowers are
place.
beautiful, yeah.
11.
Supposed to have a walk
We
around.
must have been over
This was
I don't think we looked at the park at Clap and Walnut, and that's the second time I've seen that corner come up. Is that a town-owned park? Is that a town-owned space?
That's the one will be,
That's the same one you're redoing.
yes.
Got it. Okay. Sorry.
Yep.
For sure. I'll tell you the other thing I've heard from basically everyone is if you ever do Turf Lower Guile, good luck with scheduling it because everybody is clamoring to get on that space. So you're gonna have to beat people back with a something.
Say it again.
It's not a bad problem to have.
No, it's a great problem to have. It's a great problem to have. But I'm laughing because each user group I talked to was like, as soon as Lower Guile is done, we're gonna get down there, and that's our place that we'll have. And I was like, I think you all have the same idea.
Yeah.
Maybe by 2030.
in your experience, which parks are in best condition for play? Cunningham was Milton Academy. Cunningham. That tracks.
All private.
And some of these I'm sure are not necessarily applicable. I haven't been to all of the facilities, but
Yeah. Wow. Interesting that only like Patelli's at 23%.
Yeah, man.
It's brand new.
Well, it's just baseball, that's all they put on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not use.
based on the fields you selected indicate what conditions are beneficial to you as a user. A lot of turf fields came up below. I'm not sure what question number it is, but when we asked if people would be in favor of turf, the majority was yes. And it was also yes for adding more fields.
What was the split on the turf, or that's a question that's
Yeah.
later?
It's coming, yeah.
Yeah, that will come.
A lot of these, while they don't say it, are basically drainage related.
Yeah. Some people do prefer grass, some people don't like anything. Addition of bathroom accommodations and waterfall stations. Yeah, a lot of drainage in this. Improvements to parking.
Walking tracks, natural grass.
Definitely a variety. Some people think things are great and others have suggestions. A lot of mud coming up.
Indoor pickleball.
But
That's one of the suggestions.
pickleball's everywhere.
I think, does the council on aging do,
They do.
they turn their, like,
Yeah, I think so. I think you're
but I
right.
guess that's for seniors.
Right.
More well drained there.
It's hard to have natural rivers.
Kevin, have you guys ever done like a accessibility review for your parks?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. I only saw one comment about it. I just was curious if we.
I know when we did all the playgrounds over, we had to be all ADA compliant, so that was 5 playgrounds that were all signed off on.
Okay. It's now, can you get from the parking spot to the playground, and what about from the parking spot to the bathroom or whatever other amenities might be at the park that you would want accessibility to? But I'm seeing it more, as well as
Yeah.
ADA compliance. Many in Milton are not ADA compliant.
Roads. Better.
Even in full grass, which is talking about dry and well kept grass, no potholes. Dry. Some more about drainage.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip through. This one had quite a lot of.
A lot of comments to review there.
Yeah.
These are overall quality of park maintenance across all of the facilities. Pretty good rating. This question is a little difficult because it's so vague, but it's not, poor is not the majority, so that's good. People put that 3 stars out of 4. Best rating, but the average was right down the middle.
Yeah, and Kevin, I've seen that response go way differently than that, and so I hope that doesn't alarm you as fair, good, or excellent. I think a lot of people, when they think about town recreation parks, think about parks that are, or think about spaces that are private, and then compare town parks to those. And obviously, there's just different dollars there for a private industry versus recreation. The fact that only less than 15% of your population thinks the parks are in poor condition is not a bad result here. We're just trying to range where people think on the parks. And so I would think, I think when we started this conversation, or maybe during the interview process, we always talked about having like an A field, a B field, and a C field. And like, town parks typically reside somewhere in that C to B range, which is what we're seeing here. So I wouldn't let that alarm you.
Which park could benefit most from maintenance or improvement? Select all that apply. Flatley was up there. Kelly was up there. Lower Guile was 34%. But again, it was select all that apply, so.
Sure. Any surprises there, guys?
No.
I mean, obviously the thing that's nice there is Andrews and Kelly already provides us the greatest ability to like reorganize or expand on facilities. So seeing that people want improvements there kind of jives with that.
These were open-ended responses for additional improvements, which I don't think just skim through quickly. But there's only 2 pages worth.
Yeah, just scroll through.
Lots of specific cracks in certain tennis courts.
Manning Community Park is not one I've heard before.
The overpass,
Yeah.
Eastman Square.
Can you guys say that again? Sorry.
It's the overpass in East Milton Square.
Oh, okay.
It's state. I don't even know who owns it. The state.
I think.
What types of maintenance? Yeah, I don't know. Or that one came
Somebody
from-
was struggling.
Someone's struggling.
What types of
For
maintenance or
sure.
improvements do you think would have the most impact on park quality? I'm just gonna skip down. This is a similarly formatted question. Andrews, they requested restroom and parking improvements. Flatley, improved turf and infield care. Restroom and parking at Mary C. Pierce, turf care. Houghton's grouped in there.
Kelly Field Turf Care.
Yeah. And these are all not applicables, but the highest.
Looks like turf care on Geo.
This blue is drainage here. So drainage at Geo, or turf care.
And Kevin, I'm sorry. I know we started this conversation, but it came up a bunch with the softball leagues. Is there any plan to approve the drainage coming off the parking lot onto Geo Field currently? Or is that something we should note in our plan?
Up top?
Yeah, you know how it comes down the hillside
Yeah,
to the back of those dugouts?
it's gonna improve with this project with the cage because we're gonna be putting drainage behind that wall, right?
Yes.
So I think it will improve. We have a project slated to go soon.
Yep, I remember that.
Here's more open-ended answers. Concerns with turf fields, overuse at Flatley. Then, yeah, I think that the basketball response that we received in the beginning probably related to indoor courts and team use.
Prevent team practices from ruining playing fields. That comment's like, don't practice. Okay, keep going.
It's too money to walk me down.
From other sports than baseball and softball, soccer field, tennis, or basketball court. Water pooling or maintenance of town's limited green spaces.
Yeah, this one had several pages worth, so we don't have to.
Yeah, we don't have to go through over them. What our goal here, guys, is we're gonna put these into like a summary bullet point and get these comments down to 5 major bullet points for each one of these ones that have provided feedback. Obviously, we'll attach this in the report as like we'll ask you if you want us to attach this in the report or if you think you wanted to keep it removed from the report so that it stays a little bit more anonymous, because I think some people have their names in there. We could always white out names, but anyway, I think our idea would be that not to really rely on this report or the visuals from this report, but to simplify and put something in our report from this survey.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That makes
makes sense. Yeah. I was gonna ask you, Ryan, obviously that's like the next step. I think there's a lot of useful information here, but there's a ton. So
Yeah.
maybe you guys can share it with us, like we can review it on our own time so we have it. I wouldn't put it in the report personally because I think it's a lot of information to put out there. And maybe, you know, at the end of this, you have 20 pages or whatever, right? Whatever, if it's 20 questions, 1 page a question that you summarize it. And then that's what I'm thinking. Like, if we have our community meeting, that's what you would present. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Is like, hey, here's 20. Here's some of the like the major findings with some graphics, and then maybe there's a few bullet points that you pull up.
I think it's, the way I saw that community meeting going, which is what we're to talk about next, is probably, I forget the final number of questions myself, but it's
16.
16 slides.
Yeah,
And that slide would have a graphic to what the results were and a bullet points on the other side of the major points out of it. And then those slides would end up as an attachment to the report. And then there would be a section in the report just talking about, you know, what are the findings and pointing towards the attachment.
what's the next, like, this is all the research, here's what it's led us to with some recommendations, and then I do think it would be great to have like Q&A, you know, so that like, yes, some of the time is spent with your report, but then leaving it open for some feedback and community, you know, similar to what we had the last time.
Understood. One of the ways to improve is synthetic turf. And so you've got 72%. Somewhat to strongly in favor.
That's very interesting.
That's good information.
70%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I skipped
Does
a couple,
that surprise you guys, or is that what you thought it would be?
Good to see. It's validating. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's also probably the amount of people that respond, or the type of people that responded to, but
you know, Rob, I can appreciate that that's like, we understand who responded, but everyone had an opportunity to respond. So like,
sure.
It wasn't like it was only one, you know, we only sent it to the rec groups. It was out publicly for everybody to respond to. And of the people that cared enough to respond, you know, you got 70% in favor of it. So the other people didn't care enough to respond to rec, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think it's good. And that's the kind of information we want to get out.
Yeah. This was expected. Do you think the town would benefit from additional recreational facilities? Rectangular fields was the highest requested type of field.
I'm interested in the fact of the number of pickleball court. Because I usually think of that user group as older and maybe not responding to surveys, but the fact that you got 16.5% wanting more pickleball courts.
We need to share that with Steve Kelly. He's got an opportunity there. That's where it should go.
pickleball has shown up so much in this entire thing. It's amazing to me.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's I hope it's not a fad.
I can't be now. We've built too many of them. It's got to stay.
When I started on Park and Rec 8 years ago, I think my first or second meeting, someone came in to talk about pickleball, and I felt embarrassed sitting there. I was afraid to say anything because I had no idea.
You're like, what the hell is pickleball?
Absolutely no idea what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea. I'm like, what is pickle? What are they saying?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And that was just 8 years ago. Now it's
It's really taken off.
Really took off.
We'll be in the Olympics. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll be in the
I bet you will.
Yeah.
I would say that these comments continue to talk about basketball courts, and the way that's worded, it makes me think exterior basketball courts. But we'll dig further into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last.
Is there not a splash pad at Cunningham?
No, we don't have any. No.
Okay.
There's some that are close in Boston, but
And Dog Park continues to I don't know what they want for golf, but there's not many municipal courts.
Of course.
I mean, we have one though,
Yeah,
10 minutes away at Rockapug.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
And.
We do utilize
And
it.
the private
Yeah.
ones.
We can't put fields in mine.
yeah.
So yeah, this is the last question.
There is a lot there, not enough
Mhm.
from the phone.
Yeah.
On the fields.
So we'll put together the slide deck. I think the next thing, as we were talking with Rob about, is that we need to put that slide deck together and present to the public the findings, because right now, obviously, we've all been able to scan through this and we have an idea. We've been kind of checking in along the way at those findings. And so we have an idea of what's coming out of it. But our next meeting should be a publicly facing meeting with that slide deck of the summary findings, so that they understand what the results are, and then to talk to them about our next steps. I don't know if the board has an idea of when they would want to do that.
I would like to.
Go ahead.
Try to, my schedule over the next few months, Ryan, is really hectic. So that's why I brought my computer today. I think I just wanted to ask you, because my April is really tight. I'm gone for like half April. I'll be in Singapore. So over the next month, though, March, I'm wondering if we can look at sometime in March to do the community meeting, and maybe it's the third or fourth week or something.
Well, I'm wondering, Ryan, do you think you'll be able to present, or as a board, do we want to present this to town meeting? Do you
We want to
think
do that
town
as well.
meeting would give us that opportunity to present this? And if we're going to present to town meeting, couldn't we, I mean, we're in a huge auditorium. Can't we say, if you want to see the results from the surveys?
I mean, I'd like to do both.
When is town meeting again?
May 6th.
May 6th. So what I spoke to Ryan about was doing like the town meeting, but I think we need to do one separate for this community so that we can have feedback and stuff.
Right,
Town meeting,
right.
we're not really
It's
gonna
really
do
just a
given that-
presentation.
Yeah, it's
not
really just a
Q&A.
presentation. So I imagine, like, Ryan, that's only probably gonna be just a presentation on it. Maybe it's 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and we present it to the town meeting members. I think that's a whole nother separate meeting. This first one, I think, is the community meeting, which we look to you guys to do it. So maybe it's like later this month. I'm thinking March at some point, and obviously you need some time to like put it together, and you guys tell me if we can make it happen.
We can make March happen. Like, do we want to do the week of the 16th to? Why don't we do? Sorry,
It would be either like the 23rd through the 27th, like that last week or the week
I
before.
think you gotta do it later in March. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all-
Then let's do that. Let's do that. That week's fine. I was trying to make it as early as possible, but I realized that only gives me a week to put that slide deck together. So if we want to do it the week of the 23rd through the 27th, and you guys tell me what date works for you, we'll come out and do that presentation.
Can we pick a date potentially? I'm just wondering, like,
I would
could you
prefer
do,
not the Friday.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we wouldn't do-
Monday,
Terrible
Tuesday,
attendance on Friday.
or maybe a Wednesday.
24.
You guys tell me. I mean, I can make anything work. Obviously, wouldn't do a Friday.
Can be your calendar.
24th, maybe?
That's a Tuesday.
24th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally free Monday through Wednesday.
The 24th works for me.
So let's go ahead and put that down for the community meeting. And what time? 7? You think?
7 p.m.
Yeah. And we can try to get the same room.
Mm.
And then town meeting is May. I believe it's Wednesday. Hold on, let me just.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah, it's May 6th. It's Wednesday.
That I already have in my calendar.
Okay, so that one is May 6th. And so I think it would be a similar, like if you're doing one slide deck, we just take that and then we present it at town meeting, right? And then I did have one other meeting that I think we should do, and I think it should be a Zoom meeting for the sports groups in town, to address that. So I think we could potentially do that one
In April.
in April is what I'm thinking, and maybe I have like a really tight window between like I'm thinking like the 15th, 16th. That would probably be the only window like I have in April.
So let's do it then. Yeah, we can make that work.
School vacation though?
No, it's the weekend. It's the week before school
Okay.
vacation. That's why
Yeah,
I'm gone for 2 weeks. I'm back for like a few days. Then I have school. Then we have school vacation, and then I'm in Miami.
Okay.
So does that work for you? I think if we can schedule, which day works better? April 15th or 16th?
Dun, 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 dun. Honestly, they're about the same with me. I have a couple of meetings each of those days, but all of them are like at this point still movable. Like if you picked a time that you found worked for you, I could work around that.
What? Well, and then the next thing's going to be when our next part of the meeting will be. I would think it'll be the same time. Maybe we do it the 15th, and then we have our meeting on the 16th.
Yeah.
That helps.
I like
That helps wrap up like. So let's do the 15th, and maybe we do the same thing. Set 7 p.m.
Zoom call with those guys.
Zoom call. Yeah, I think we'll
so the
have to make it
16th is the Zoom call?
the 15th.
The 15th is the Zoom, and then we would meet prior to that, Rob, as the.
We would meet
our
after.
groups? Oh, we meet after, okay.
I know it's a lot, but I think we check our box for
Going to town meeting.
Yeah, and going to town meeting and getting things in.
Does that work for you, Ted?
The meeting on the 15th and then 16th, this one?
Yeah,
Yeah, 16th would be, at 7 a.m.,
so the
7:30 a.m.
and the 15th would be a Zoom meeting.
Yeah. So I think that will have to be a public meeting as well, Ryan, but we can just have, like, we would set it up the same way. Bonnie will advertise or whatever, but it would just be, we would speak to just the sports people. It's not like, we won't have public comment or anything.
Okay.
All right. Does that work?
Works for me. Sounds like we've got a plan to move forward.
Get it in, get it done. All right. Great.
Thank you, guys.
Is there anything else we need to cover? I think we're good.
I think we're good.
All right. Appreciate all the work and the feedback and all that. Looks like we're on good track to finish up. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good morning, guys. Bye.
All right.
So remind me on Flatley, I know we don't own Flatley, but do we maintain?
We do own that.
Oh, we do own
Do own
Flatley.
Yeah.
We maintain
it's just a
it.
need. There's like the need on
Yeah.
which,
And what's the deed on it?
it's a good question. It's been looked at a few times.
And it's a question of whether it's really the select board or us, but it's us.
Okay,
That
Yeah.
it's like 100-year agreement with Flatley that we can use it to do basically what we want with it.
and did
But
the 100
that's the
years
question.
just start
Can we
or-
work with anything that we want?
It is a question. It is a
Yeah.
question. And I think it is the select board, Kevin, right? That actually technically the deed is to.
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah, it's
Because it was,
Issue came up. I
it
think
was
that
turf
came-
issue up there, and then someone said there was a clause in the
Right.
lease that you couldn't put turf up there. You couldn't
Okay.
put lights up there.
Okay,
So that's where,
yeah,
What is that?
so who can either change the deed or is there someone, is
I
it?
think we need someone legal to look at.
yeah.
Flatley's dead. I mean, the guy
Or like,
originally
is there
did
like
it.
a trust that now oversees that?
That place has been sold
It's just,
3 or 4 times.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wonder if we have like town council, if we can ask and get it in order.
Right,
It's a funny
Ask
space.
Nick Long.
It's a awkward size, awkward shape. they did think they could get two tanker fields up there, which is really, really tight.
Big ones. Yeah, I think you can't do like, you could do one big one, maybe. That's it. You can't do
I
two.
think they thought they could do two. There was a soccer company, an organization, private,
Yeah.
that wanted to come in and give us the space, give them the space, and they were gonna turf it, the entire thing. And allow us to use, give us some hours.
And then they were gonna use it.
And then they would like rent it out
Privately, yeah.
for,
Yep. But they wanted lights, they wanted everything.
and they were gonna pay for it all?
Yep, everything.
Jamie has, Milton Soccer has a plan to do it. They also have the funding if they need to. Eastern Bank would work.
I think we need to,
I think that's where it came down to, when it came down to the actual banking and how it was written, because of the ownership and
Yeah,
legal.
that's when the
That's
state
where
came up too, that we don't even have the authority to actually.
Because there was a gray area there, and there needed to be some more clarification on the legal end of it.
Exactly.
I think we should keep that conversation going, but.
So,
Yeah,
I think it's more of a legal aspect, but Jamie's been asking for it. So, all right. Anything more on this? And it looks like we're set now with meetings and we got a plan. Kind of move forward. All right, good. The project that's always on here, the lower turf project.
you saw the letters that went by, I mean.
So I obviously reached out to Senator Driscoll and Representative Wells. They both wrote us back. And you guys were on that information. So it's
Still on the way, that's the process.
still on the way. Well, yeah, it's still on the way to process, but it seems like we should get something back. But we'll see when that happens. CPC project. So Geo Field, the project that we were just speaking about with the steps and the cage. I got an email from Bill, who's the landscape architect on that. Now, the CPC has recommended that project to go for funding, and the funding wouldn't be there till July. Some of that will be design work, and so one question is, can he go ahead and start the design on that, right? So that that we can start work on that project.
Move along
We
quicker.
can move it along quicker instead of starting in July. And I guess the question is like when we would be able to start it, right? If we were able to do it. I think it would probably be August if we could do it that way.
Yeah, so you have a window when summer ball ends,
Yeah.
and then men's softball, which that league's growing, as Ted can attest to. They start right after Labor Day, but can they play?
Can you guys play somewhere else for one season?
No, my question is, can they play while it's under construction? It's out of the area. It's not in the field.
Maybe.
I don't see a reason why they couldn't play. Because it's 10 feet off a foul line.
Yeah, sure.
So
couldn't play somewhere else.
no, because you need lights. They play at night.
Oh, the lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
know.
what you probably could, well, we would have to talk to, what's the,
And I don't
where
really
do we meet with Bolton? Yeah, Bolton. We would have to talk with whoever would be doing it, right? I guess the other thing is, of course, we have to go out to bid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say, remind me, has it already been approved, the funding?
It's not approved yet, right?
Okay.
So it'll be May.
Okay,
That like the whole project will be funded. We haven't had any problems funding CPC projects. It's been recommended. So the question is though, because then we have to go out to bid and all that.
So my thought is right after town meeting that the design work could start if he can wait to get paid a little bit.
And then get approved.
Because we can't
Yeah,
can't pay him and then get the money back from, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, he also said that
it was like
he
a
would
90
wait,
day.
90 days
So
or something.
I think right after town meeting, it gets approved.
Okay.
Then
And
he
then
could
maybe
start.
maybe he does his design work May till whatever that is. it's a tight window, but we can
But
see.
yeah, and we can put it out to bid because work can't start till won't be able to start till August.
Right.
So we could put it out as long as the funding's there.
As long as they can do it in a short window.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a big project, is the thing, and I'm worried about how long it's gonna take, because they're gonna put new step in everything, all of that thing.
I can't,
But it is gonna be.
you wouldn't have to have trucks all over that field. But I don't represent men's softball at all. I'm a player, that's it.
Yeah,
They're done in November, so
You know, I wouldn't hold the project up because no men's softball,
let's
but I'm sure
see
there's a lot of guys
first.
that feel differently, but
Yeah, let's see first.
yeah, see first if you do it.
Yeah, and then kind of go from there. It is a big project. It'll be major construction, but it'll be up on the hill, but there will definitely be some trucks and stuff on it.
yeah.
I would think so, all over the field, yeah.
Yeah.
While we're
Alright.
on CPC, just a ton of compliments on the Kelly Field dugouts,
Oh, good.
that have been coming around, so I think that's great. Bonnie, on the website, do we have listed out CPC, like what's been funded for parks through CPC? What projects are in the work?
It's actually on the CBC
It's on
page.
CPC.
It
We
is,
do wonder
like-
if it should, we should also have something on,
CPC is supposed to have signs.
yeah,
And we do have pictures of the signs at the dugouts on our page.
They're under,
You
they're
know.
under snow right now, but I do have 2 signs down there.
We met on, we met just this Monday, and so like the website is really
Right.
old.
Right.
So one thing that I'm supposed to mention to this board is that applications are open now. That the first round, the eligibility application is open now, and that will be done. I think they're due at the end of May. So I'm just putting the word out. If you guys know anybody or anything, like put the word out. To be honest, last year although we had like schools and stuff that funded, we only really funded the Geo project, and then we pulled back on Andrews because we're doing the study. So that's also probably something for us to think about, but maybe we wait until we see what happens over the next 2.
so there were a couple comments about the tennis courts. Could that fall under CPC, is having those redone?
Yeah.
Any of this could fall under that. So even more of the reason where we go through this, then maybe someone, we can go look and see if there's recommendations, then we can talk with Kevin, like, hey, what can we put in for CPC money?
Right,
Maybe there's some of these like little projects that we can knock off.
right, it almost would be good to start like a 5-year plan of the CPC. What requests we wanna make
Yeah.
and start projecting that out a little bit if that's something we think we can do.
Yeah. I think we probably could do it. And the timing right now is we have all these meetings, we have to do all this community stuff. So granted, there's like things in here that they're gonna make recommendations. Maybe we have time to put that forward in front of this committee. Another thing from the CPC was that most are coming from residents,
Yeah.
right? Like most requests are coming from residents, which is great. But in the same regard, it's like our outreach and communication for CPC money, to your point, is like the website's not great. Like they're trying to get on social media
Yeah,
and all that stuff to get it out and put it out there. So we'll see. I think we have some members on our committee that are working towards communication, updating the website, and like updating our process and everything.
And I'm happy to list more on our page, than what's currently there.
yeah,
So I can add to that, obviously,
Yeah.
That's
A
easy.
big,
because even like the basketball court, people are complaining about the basketball court on Walnut behind us right
And
there.
it's-
And it's
and-
like, that's in progress.
Right.
Like, people just don't know that.
Correct.
So
Right,
I just think it would be helpful from a communication standpoint to say, like,
these are the things that
here's
happen.
what's upcoming.
Yeah.
So people at least know, oh, wow, okay.
And the interesting thing about that was it was really led by it was Nick Milano, and then it was like a neighborhood group here that kind of like pushed that. It wasn't necessarily from us.
Mhm.
So, but I do think the more that we go, like 4 years of CPC funding, I was saying there's total success stories like the dugouts and everything that we should be like putting out there. By the way, this is your money. Like that's like projects that are happening. So I think we can do a better job of that on the CPC. I think we will. And kind of planning is in motion. The big thing is that we also had an admin when, for a few years, we no longer have an admin. So that's fallen on the committee. And we also are going to hire out an admin soon to like help the committee to do all this work. And I think it's even like tracking down the old projects that were funded and then they weren't done and so whatever else.
Right.
But I think getting the admin would be really important. Yeah.
We did add it to our town report. I said we did add it there.
Do you do updates to the website or does someone else in town do updates?
I do. The majority of all the updates to the website. There's like one or two areas where I have to go to IT to assist me to access. But for the most part, I do.
Okay.
Is there anything more that you're looking besides that to add?
Well, no, like our CPC was just asking us to like, because whoever does the website, I think they were like, we don't know who to go to even update the website.
Yeah. So
I was like, oh, I just got to figure this out.
Right.
So
where they don't have an admin right now, where they don't have an admin, I would suggest that they go to IT.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay. That all sounds good. But yeah, let's keep it in mind. I think over the next 3 months, like if there is some easy pickings, then maybe that would be fine.
Yeah.
We can, the application is super easy. Like that would take a half hour to fill out.
Well, just as we're starting to get these survey results in, there's gonna be a lot that, potentially could be recommended to us, so.
Maybe even by our April 16th meeting, Kevin, then maybe at that point, we understand maybe some like recommendations, maybe there's some easy projects, or is there any even projects that you guys are thinking of that we might be able to use CPC money right now?
One I thought of is new dugouts for the Andrews girls softball. It's just
it's a good one.
It's just a bench down there. That's all they have.
We're gonna do something like that. Talk about
And
Do you do baseball and
reposition.
well, the baseballs they were done,
but they don't have covering. So.
They don't have covering, so I don't know how hard it would be to. But to your point, yes, that'd be to add in.
Okay.
It's just
That's a good
kind of
suggestion.
they're out of their way down there,
But a good example of a smaller project that was funded by CPC that will be completed in the spring is the water station at Andrews,
Right.
A lot of people use that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm even thinking,
It would be nice.
like bleachers too, like over at Andrews, there's nothing there. People just bring their chairs. I'm sure they would, I know that I know Milton Girls Softball's putting in new signs. They got new signs made like around the field.
Nice.
So.
And, Ryan brought up the basketball issue, the requests for basketball. Mary C. Lane, that field doesn't get used for soccer anymore, right? Really doesn't get used for anything?
It did this fall, and they'll never go back. They did a number on it. Bad. But they were out of place and they had nowhere to go. So we let them go out in the outfield.
It might not be a bad spot.
Off to the right.
For a basketball court there's parking, there's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is.
I know Kelly Fields, people have
Want
basketball there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
that may take some of these bigger projects may take more time, but maybe like the dugout, like something easy like that.
Right.
They always put in.
Does Milton Academy have any outdoor basketball?
We do, right? They have tennis courts.
Tennis courts are by the track. And
Where's the outdoor?
They do.
Where's the
Is it by the
basketball?
track?
Right off by the track,
Right by the track.
kind of hidden behind a couple of the buildings.
Yeah.
But my son and his friends go down there. It's kind of not everyone knows about it.
No.
That's what I was gonna say, you almost need to know.
Because then they would start
Yeah.
throwing people off. Because it's this.
Yeah.
All right. The street hockey, I just put it on here because they came before us. Was there anything more on it?
I haven't heard anything.
Well, it's probably
Probably
they expect no one's
No one's
playing
playing on it.
probably with snow.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe
I can reach out.
Can you reach out to them and then see, like, let's get them back in here for that.
So
Like
how
that
did
April
things,
16th.
how did things end? We had the quotes.
Yeah, I have the quotes right now. It's just what we want to spend.
Okay,
I mean, it's got roughly around 10 grand.
okay. And we were gonna just kind of run the quotes by them to say, or run the thoughts of what we could do by them.
I don't wanna go out and prove it without them
Yeah,
here and getting like a sign off again. So if he's got the quotes, and
Yeah.
they come, can you just reach out to them and ask them, can they come to the April 16th meeting?
yeah,
And then we would put it as an agenda item and then see if we can get some kind of resolution to it.
does that sound good, Kevin?
Sure.
But we're not doing anything regardless, the way the weather is. Hopefully this stuff melts. All right, manager's report.
Go ahead, Kev.
So this upcoming spring, just to the uncertainty of when, like Rob said, when everything melts, even when it melts, everything's gonna be soaking wet. So there's gonna be delays this year going out using the fields. And it's,
Baseball's supposed to start high school a week from Monday.
yeah, it's not happening. I wish it would, but so, so Milton Academy has stepped up big time this year, and like they have in the past few years. So soccer, softball, lacrosse, and baseball will all be used in Milton Academy fields this year. DCR will be taking soccer, baseball, and softball. So we do have backup fields, but they've already told me they're like us, then you're not getting on it till it's ready.
Yeah,
So we do have those permits. So we're just waiting on Mother Nature. But people have to be patient. And you go on the field when it's wet, you're done for the year. You're gonna ruin it for the year. And people, they need to get out there. I know they do, but it's just.
right.
Needs to dry.
You gotta realize what you're hurting.
Oh,
Because you can't, and I tell this to all people, and like some of those comments on that, you can't fix a field during the year. We are not the Red Sox grounds crew.
Right.
Can't rip up 100 yards and put in a new grass field. It doesn't work.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
once you ruin it,
It's gone.
it's kind of gone,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I think that was it for me.
All right, we start our spring basketball this Sunday. Close to 300 kids in this program. Our Irish step ends a week from tonight. They do like a little fesh, which is like a little, I don't know, they dance in front of the grandparents and parents. Starting the summer prep now for the summer programs. Then we'll be running into our spring tennis and our Easter egg festivals on March 28th. So we're prepping for all of that as we speak. That's it. You got anything
Starting
else?
a little later, right, because of the school schedule now for the summer.
Yeah, so we have to bump our summer calendar up a week.
We gotta reconfigure a little.
Everything's gonna be changed, which is blueprint changed. Yeah,
Snow days.
snow days. So that's gonna be challenging, but we'll get it out there.
You know, we had to move our Canopy Lake trip, due to bus and charter issues because all the charter buses are being used for World Cup.
That's.
Yeah.
It'll
You
have,
can't get a charter bus during
Yeah.
those 2 weeks.
And if you do, it's gonna be $500 more a bus
Did
than
they say?
it would currently be.
Probably gonna be.
Did someone step up because it wasn't the town of Foxborough or something saying that they were gonna do it?
No, it's still not, right?
Right?
Yeah,
They're still-
they gave them 2 weeks to
Yeah.
figure it out.
They still won't give the permits.
Crash got
And there's a few things, obviously, it's a big summer. We have the Sail Boston taking place. We nixed George's Island, completely, which we didn't go last year because of an issue we had there also, but, they're not even doing the free tickets, like they just, because of everything that's going on, there's a lot. So, we will replace that with something else.
All right. I think that's everything. We, nothing else right there.
I want to, let you guys know that I am not running for reelection. So let them know the other day down in the office, so.
You know this hard work, Ted, with this.
I know.
Come on.
Done a great job.
Yeah, it was hard.
But you were,
It was
you were
very,
here for how long?
for a long time, yeah, eight and a half.
Yeah.
I kind of came in, Kevin did a year, so I did 2 years of him and then 3, 6 years after that, so.
Well, we're sorry to see you go, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm
Phone call away.
on paper. I show up to meetings, that's what I tell people. I got about like,
No.
And more than that.
I show up to meetings, yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
So a few more meetings, and yeah, see what happens. You guys are in good hands here.
I'm giving us some of the bills.
I sign the bills and show up to meetings, that's what I do.
All right, well, thanks for
Yeah.
everything, Ted, and your volunteering. Appreciate it for sure.
Well, it sounds like there's some more stuff to do, so I'll be around for.
Yeah,
You'll be
for
around.
sure.
So what's the day?
I know, I filled up your last.
I know you did. Damn.
I know. But to be honest, that it will kind of be a good bookend for you because it'll be like, we'll be done with all the studies.
Right.
Yeah.
Beyond to do the recommendation.
What is the date of the election?
28th.
Oh, so it's late, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, make it a,
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
all those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Don't go.
I just want to
There's a movie.